Now we went to the Yorkshire War Experience on the Friday, and I hadn't realised that on the Friday there's no events going off. There's no reenactments of any kind. It's just more or less everything getting ready and set up, and there's quite a lot to see. All the vehicles are here, and I wasn't really too bothered about the reenactments. We have seen them before, and I was interested just to have a look around at the various vehicles, tanks and guns and everything. At least we picked a decent day. The weather was beautiful.
Down there, I think.
It was warm and sunny.
Certainly a nice
Although
day
a breeze started picking up. It's quite on a high hill. I could have come on the Saturday or Sunday if I wanted. I mean, we don't live far away. It's not too far away from where we live. But I was quite happy to look around and see the vehicles as they are. The guide we bought for £1 covers just about every vehicle that is on the site. It's a very comprehensive list, and it came in handy. Pathways, lots of ruts, which to be expected with moving these heavy boys about. There's the M4 A1 Sherman Grizzly tank, spare wheels on the front. And there's the M5 A1 Stuart light tank. Now just have a walk down and have a look at all these parked vehicles. There's some more tanks just a little bit further down here. I believe this is the M10 tank destroyer, and this one is the I believe the M18 Hellcat tank destroyer. I have another Jeep. I believe these are called Sextons. I'm not too sure. I think these Sextons carry their £25 a gun. An M3 half track. Apart from the amazing view of the vehicles and things on this site, you also get an amazing view of the surrounding countryside. I'm just going to have a closer look at this M3 white half track and have a look inside the cab. Actually quite Spartan, very basic, not like your modern vehicles. Well, you're certainly spoilt for choice for viewing vehicles. The amount is amazing. Never seen as many. And we've got a heavy breakdown wagon. Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's a beautiful day, lovely, warm and sunny, with the breeze getting up. It did say that on the Saturday and Sunday rain was expected in the afternoon. Let's hope the weather keeps fine for the rest of the weekend. We could come back, as I mentioned, we don't live far away. Could come back on the Saturday or Sunday, but as I mentioned, I'm not really too bothered about the reenactments. I just like to have a look around and see all these vehicles and the stalls which they have further up the site. It's amazing where all these vehicles come from, though. All these years they've been in use, and they're all well looked after, well preserved. Must cost a fortune keeping up with these. I wonder how you're going for spares, and you still get them. I did notice there were quite a few Jeeps. There seemed to be Jeeps everywhere. Very versatile vehicle with a Jeep.
You're off like a rocket, anything. I can't keep up with you.
Very robust and long lasting. Took a lot of punishment in the field.
It's collected, you see, over years.
There's some heavy recovery vehicles.
The size of these, unbelievable.
Elizabeth could not get down to see where the tanks were and everything. It was too steep and too rutted, so she just waited. They're digging some trenches for the reenactment on the Saturday and Sunday.
I don't like digging in.
Just having a look down here where I believe they staged the First World War trench scenes. There's a chap dressed as a German soldier of the First World War. There we see a panoramic view of the area from the site. It's quite windy up here though.
Let's see what's on here now with all these marquees. That must be the main camp, where the people that bring the things for display camp out. And there are lots of goodies on these stalls.
Yeah, there's certainly lots of goodies on these stalls, and when I was a collector in the late 60s and into the 70s, I collected quite a lot of militaria, and I've seen some of this stuff. I could very easily start collecting again. Mouth-watering. Trouble is, it's got so expensive now collecting militaria, especially original stuff, and there's that many fakes on the market now. I wouldn't bother. The best things to collect, I think, these days is relics. World War I and World War II relics. There's not many fakes made of these. And even though the relics are battlefield dug up, there's not much being reproduced. Panzerschreck. The German version of the bazooka. Tell a mine if your neighbours are parking in front of your drive. There's some grenades. The Panzerfaust. All these are reproductions, of course. There is lots of original modern day army stuff about. You can pick up some quite good equipment if you're into the modern military stuff. Of course, all these helmets and headgear are reproductions, but they're very well made and they look okay. Perfect for reenactment, or just if you like collecting militaria. They can fill gaps if you can't afford the original item. Some nice stuff. Some nice signs there from Normandy. Reproductions, of course. These are American Navy jackets. These are original. A couple of Bren guns, original, deactivated, as all these weapons on this stall are. Quite expensive though if you're buying weapons.
A bit different from these over here. Maybe from here.
Now this was a very interesting stall, Total Relics. There were some really nice relics, relic gear. Had a nice selection of German 88mm shells from the famous 88.
All original.
Lots of ammunition. And of course, as I mentioned, lots of these are dug up. Not all of them, but a lot, such as these helmets, the battlefield relics, they're being dug up. Quite a big business in that now. Of course, these are all original. Some reproductions there. Some nice original coats, jackets. The variety is amazing. If you like your t-shirts, get into this place. If you're about to start going into the reenactment game, there's you're spoilt for choice on these places. It won't cost you a fortune, really. Lots of interesting items. There's electronics and various other bits and pieces there. There's also some original 40s women's dresses about. I noticed in one or two stalls where you can buy original suits and dresses from the 40s. Well, I've noticed my videos wobbling about a bit. I later discovered I'd knocked off the image stabilisation by mistake.
How about we just do that area and go that way, or do you want to go that way and round?
Just gonna have a look here.
Here again, we see some relics. This is a German aeroplane. This looked interesting, a photo album from the First World War. There's a sample of canvas from a World War One aircraft. If you want a more detailed view, I should just pause the video, then you should be able to see the items in detail. Nice interesting collection of helmets and various other items there. First and Second World War. This looks an interesting collection. Very good time, lots of interesting items. Must have been touring the battlefields.
For the baby. Yeah, full body. That's the seat.
He just looked this way. In North Africa, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yes.
And he loves his North Africa.
Yes, Tunisia.
Yeah.
They landed at Hertzer and they were routed with the lots of wrong.
Field division.
No involved us after.
Let's see the header got off this day.
Yeah, you do know.
Now, who remembers Sunlight Soap? Now, this was an amazing collection of headgear, and the prices they were asking, I assume that they were all original. Maybe 110 undercarriage legs. The old stirrup pump there. Another photo album, First World War. I think these old photo albums are going to get very scarce in the future. I think these type of things are worth collecting.
I want to get selfie. Tenner a picture.
Now, I have mixed feelings about relics. Most of the relics are dug up in Russia, Poland, and the other eastern bloc countries where the major battles took place during World War II. There's lots of bunkers and trenches and of course lots of graves, Russian and German soldiers. And there are groups which do correct excavations and do it forensically, and if they come across any human remains they're treated with respect, and any ID tags found on them, especially the German soldiers, they're put with the remains, and then authorities are notified, and if the ID tag is in good order, they can be identified, and then if there's any surviving relatives, they are notified, and then the soldiers are then given a proper burial with full military honours. And it's exactly the same for any Russian soldiers found. And of course, let's not forget all these battlefields and all these areas, they're actually the war graves, so they really need treating with respect. Some groups don't, they just dig for the sake of it, they just dig to make money out of relics. I myself have some World War One nose caps from artillery shells, and they make nice paperweights and not very expensive. There's some nice decorated plates there with various aircraft. My late cousin Edward was a big collector of these.
Forward.
think this stall was selling original 40s clothing. Well, the amount of gear down in this section here is enough to equip an army. Here we've got helmets, £10 a piece. Enough there for anyone. Now this is a well-known stall to all the reenactment groups. They've been going for some years. As Soldier of Fortune, you get just about anything from them. And now we're just making our way up to the top end of the site to see the post-war vehicles and the Axis encampment. But first I'm going to have a look at these two amazing vehicles. There's the SDKFZ 251/7 half track and the Hertzer 38 Panzerjäger, or tank destroyer as it's commonly known as. Lovely condition, both vehicles. Pity they weren't running on this particular day. I'd like to have seen them run. I believe these two vehicles are owned by Bruce Crompton of Combat Dealers. He had a TV series about his military dealings. Very interesting series. I think this portrays a German first aid station, and a nice combination there. Chap there not looking too well. Amazing condition, this BMW.
These lads are now.
The trench is all dug up and ready for the reenactment. Now this looks a nicely restored Bren gun carrier. Very common in the war years in the British Army. Quite sturdy, and they could take a lot of punishment from what I've read. Beautifully restored. here's the view of the rear storage area. Large ammunition box there. Very nice vehicle. And we see a nice German motorcycle. The Wehrmacht number plate. Another nice motorcycle combination. A BMW. And we're now just making our way to have a look at the post-war vehicle display. Up on the left is the Axis encampment. It's still very rough going on these grounds for a mobility scooter. Not very comfortable. There's the Royal Artillery display. Of course, the modern day Royal Artillery. Nice selection of vehicles down this area. I'm afraid I'm not genned up on all this type of vehicles. All in nice condition. The parachute regiment display there. Recoilless gun. There's a Ferret Mark II scout car. We'll have a closer look. I'm not too sure. I think this is what's known as a Samson recovery tank. Now this interesting aircraft cockpit display is from the Yorkshire Aircraft Museum. And if you've never been, it's definitely well worth a visit. I believe this is known as a Spartan, and I think it's a troop carrier. I'm just now having a look at the Axis camp on the other side. This is, I believe, an SD KFZ 222. And that looks like a Kubelwagen. And the encampment here. Nice condition. A lot more vehicles down this other side. I did not go all the way down really. I just had a look at the vehicles at the top end. Well, it was getting quite windy on this exposed hill. Let's hope it subsides a bit. I'm just going to make my way down now to the car park and meet up with Elizabeth. Here we see a German reenactment group. We're getting ready for the Saturday and Sunday event, getting all the guns ready. At these events you always get loud explosions and bangs and rifles and machine guns firing, and I like it. I think it really adds to the atmosphere, and it makes it sound authentic. If you don't like loud bangs, you're probably better off wearing some ear protectors. Although I must admit, as I say, I like it. I've been to air displays where you've got jets flying low, doing low passes, and they are really loud, and I love to hear the jets. But you see people stood around with earmuffs on, and now I can't really see any point in that. The whole enjoyment of air displays to hear the sound of the jets. Well, that was it. That was the end of my walk around the site, and now just making my way back to the car to meet Elizabeth.
That's been an interesting visit. It really has. It's a pity there's nothing running. Saturday and Sunday the vehicles run, so I've missed out there a little bit really, but even so, it's been well worth a visit.
Well, I hope you found it of interest, and thank you for watching.